And we are back with our principal SEL book talk. This month is January. This is our 6th SEL book talk of the month. And this month we are talking about The Journey by Francesca Sanna, a wonderful book that really gives us a lot of background on some of the struggles and journeys of people that maybe come to our school that we don't know a lot about them. What were your thoughts on the book, Mr. Hudson?
Profound book. And it made me really reflect upon how we don't know people's backgrounds, and we have to consider where they may have come from, what they may have experienced in other cultures or other countries or even other parts of the U.S. As an ESOL teacher, I met children all the time that came from Syria, from Mexico, from Japan, from China, from Haiti, from all over the world. And you know, they arrive here, but sometimes you don't really get to hear their stories about why they came.
I think that's a good point, and I think was another point that's really important that we've been studying this whole year is about acceptance. That, you know, life is not always easy for everybody, and it's important to know that when a child comes to our school or a new person shows up in your class or you have a new face in an assembly, that we don't know their background and we don't know their history, and it's important to really focus on acceptance and understanding and learning, because people have different stories and different backgrounds, and it's important that we learn about that and that we accept them into one of our own.
Yeah, and two significant lines in the story for me were, the war began and the war took my father. Now that war was a literal war for the person in the story, but it could be very figurative for other students. It could be, you know, something that was rough, they had hard times, they lost a family member, there were a myriad of things that it could be. But it's understanding that when people come to our school and we get new students, that sometimes it's not always for the easiest reason.
I think that's a really good point, because this book can really resonate and can be relative to really anywhere. You know, some people may have left a different state or a different city or a different part of our country to come to Atlanta for different reasons. So while this book focuses on the refugees and a refugee crisis in a different country, and it's actually a collection of many stories put into one, which I think is really cool, that it really can be really anywhere and pertain to any student or anybody that we get to.
Right. And of all the lines in the story, and what was most significant for me was, we all have a right for a safe place to live. When students come to school, they should come to be in a safe place. And even as we discuss our child protection unit this month, it's all about being safe, about not letting anyone abuse you, about walking and taking the right steps, about being careful, being mindful of who you interact with, and just being safe all the way around.
Yeah, I think that's a great message. I think everybody has the right to be safe, to live life to the fullest, to be comfortable, and to have friends. So I think it was a great book, and thanks for joining me again, Mr. Hudson. Until next month.
Thank you.
All right.